Some adjustments to the field. Hazelwood coming in.
Well, that's cut off nicely. 4 runs saved. Yeah, nice early call. That's an easy run.
A lovely delivery. Got it in short and surprised them. They'll be happy only one of those is allowed.
Collects that one, simple as you like inside the ring. Onto the front foot, super shot, should be 4.
Doesn't even wait to see if the ball's going to do anything. Onto the front foot, punches it away to the boundary.
Do they go full? Do they go short? A lot to ponder this delivery after the boundary. Hazelwood over pitches and pays the price. Great shot by the batter. That could be 4.
That showed great skill. Lovely timing. The boundary was the only place that ball was heading.
Super batting at the moment. Back-to-back boundaries, putting the pressure right on the bowler. They've got to respond. Gets that away.
Well, what a lovely shot. It flew to the boundary. That's clearly not the type of delivery to be bowling here. Showed good composure to wait on that slower ball and find room to get the 4 runs. Just a fantastic shot.
The right-arm medium bowler is coming into the attack from the Lockett end. Singh from the Lockett end. Great shot.
Well, that was a very solid shot. Read the length early to get onto the front foot, and that raced away for 4.
Yeah, it can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes, though, you just got to accept it and move on.
The gap was left open for them, and they were happy to oblige. Picked it early, got into position well, and punched it to the boundary.
Boundaries are flowing. We need to find a dot ball or 2 just to slow things down again. Nearly gets the edge. Singh with a great delivery there. Oh, now then, that's high in the air. Batters should get a few here.
4 runs. They were so still at the crease. Just a slight movement forward. Fabulous shot.
Sharma has gotten the big shot away this over. Now they can focus on playing the next ball on its merits. Really wound up for that. Ball seemed to come onto the bat quicker than he thought. Beats the cover fielder. Nice shot.
That races away to the boundary. A beautiful shot off the front foot. Just textbook stuff.
That's the end of the over. Just magical batting. Nothing the bowler can do other than watch the ball go all over the ground.
2 overs gone and they're off to a superb start in this power play. 12 plus and over. Well ahead of the required rate.
Edged it. The Renegades with a strong appeal. That should be given. Big dive from the fielder. Tremendous catch.
A long walk back to the pavilion. This has not been a good knock. Not what you'd expect from someone of this skill level.
That's a long way to walk out there just to turn around and walk straight back. They'll just want to get this first run behind them and then push on. Sams taking guard. Has been playing really well in recent matches. Certainly needs to bring their A game today. Hazelwood too full and gets punished for it. Great shot for 4 more.
That's textbook perfect. A lovely drive through the covers. There was no need for the fielders to chase that.
Duplessis, I don't think, will be too happy with their bowler at the moment. In the air and cover takes an easy catch. Oh, great work. Held their nerve while the ball was in the air and they've taken a good catch.
Well, they lose the second wicket. It's a long way back to the sheds, and you can tell they're not happy with that dismissal.
A difficult period as they come to the wicket. They'll take plenty of time to settle themselves in before facing their first ball. Lovely cover drive, but straight to the extra cover fielder. They go up here, but it might have pitched a bit short. I think we'll have to wait and see what the umpire says. Sharma waited on that and guides it down to third. Fielder coming around, may stop it before the boundary.
That really wasn't a great delivery. Seen early, and it was dispatched with aplomb.
The last one helped the scoring rate, making their intentions for this innings.
Hit that one on the up. A fabulous drive for 6.
Singh shouldn't be too worried about that last ball. They've got them playing their shots. Just need to tighten their areas now. Now the batter's made a bit of a meal of that delivery. Pulled away and into the gap. Could be 4 more. Gone aerial with that one. It'll land safe. Might not be 4.
Well, you can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have to be very happy with that last shot. Extra cover with a fantastic catch. The batter is kicking himself. And out. Oh, how did he get to that one?
That was a blistering knock right on top of the bowling. Tried once too many times. The show ends, but they'll receive a warm reception from the crowd.
Lots of pressure coming in the bat. You have to wait just a little bit longer to face their first ball, though. Hazelwood from the southern end.
That was a tremendous delivery. Fizzed through to the keeper. No more short balls this over.
Goes for it. It's high in the air. Fielder coming around, but it looks like it'll carry.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was no point chasing that. How will the bowler respond?
Winds up but misses. Looks like they went a bit too early on that shot. Great shot through the gap.
That was a boundary the moment the ball left the bat. Can't time that any better. Perfection.
Can't afford to go too full again. It does help to switch up your deliveries just to keep them guessing. And gone. Brilliant catch. And gone. That's a fantastic catch.
Well, this is a fantastic wicket. Kept the runs down, really didn't get settled and looked to be in trouble for most of the knock.
Coming to the wicket, they'll be looking to play within the V early and expand as they get settled. Onto that early, that could be 4.
Watched it closely out of the hand and hammered that slower ball away to the boundary. Well, you sometimes just have to stop and admire batting like that. Gets onto the front foot early, well timed, and 4 runs.
This bowler knows how to give the ball an almighty tweak. Let's see how they go.
The captain making some adjustments to the field here. The captain's going to change things around in the field now.
Middle, what a start.
Too much width and got the full treatment. You've just got to stand and admire.
Boundary last ball. What's to come this delivery, I wonder. Shot. There's someone out there, but they should get back for 2. Good stop. Probably managed to prevent 4 runs. Pick that up nicely and they'll get a couple of runs. Wow, that's missed a lot. Well played, could be a quick single. Oh, what a great piece of fielding. 4 runs saved for sure. Oh boy, that's a maximum. I want to know how far that's gone. Came right off the meat of the bat.
Managed to get onto the front foot early and just incredible power to loft it over the boundary rope.
That last ball isn't something you want to repeat of. You don't want to be giving away easy runs. Shot, land back and punch through the gap in the offside, and that'll be 4.
A little leg side, and that's just been thrashed through the onside.
End of the over, end of the restrictions. I'm sure we're going to see some big fielding changes coming up.
5 fielders are now able to be moved outside the circle.
A bit of a change-up in the field now. Bowler needs to tighten up a bit.
And gone. Brilliant catch. Oh, great work. Held their nerve while the ball was in the air, and they've taken a good catch.
As they head back to the pavilion, they'll be wishing they went about this innings a little differently. Not too much to speak of on the scoreboard.
The field will come up now, you'd think. Pressure should be on as the new batter strides to the middle. They'll be looking for another quick wicket.
First ball for the batter, coming in.
Beats the outside edge. Good bowling there. No. Terrible shot. Now then, what's this? They've gone up. I didn't hear or see anything. Misses everything. Lovely cover drive, but straight to the extra cover fielder. End of the over, none from it. It's not easy to bat on this pitch by the looks of it, so they have to keep their heads.
Very good batting after the power play. They've really committed to keeping up with that attacking mentality. Looking to get 200 plus, possibly.
Narayan from the Lockett end. Going with pace now.
Into the attack.
Still honing in on their lines. The batter happy to let it go through.
Got down and rolled the wrist beautifully. Oh, that's cut off nicely. 4 runs saved. Yeah, nice early call. That's an easy run. That's high. Is there enough on it? There is. Add that maximum to the scoreboard. Thank you very much.
Well, that ball has been hit. It's flown into the crowd. To get that much power coming forward onto the front foot is just ridiculous. 6 last ball. How will the bowler reply?
Oh, wow. That is out of here. That could be out of the ground.
Well, that's a waste of a delivery. Absolutely no trouble getting onto it and dispatching it for 6.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key here. Nearly gets the edge. Powell with a great delivery there. Really wound up for that. Ball seemed to come onto the bat quicker than he thought. Well, that was a struggle, getting smacked all over the park.
The batters have left a clutch of 4s and 6s in the scorecard. They're powering this team to victory.
The right-arm medium bowler is coming on to bowl from the southern end. Gone aerial with that one. It'll land safe. Might not be 4.
That is a masterclass of batting. Reads the length, gets forward, dispatches it to the boundary.
Did they go full? Did they go short? A lot to ponder this delivery after the boundary. That's a stunning stop. That was going all the way otherwise. Needs a direct hit. Not too sure what they're appealing for here. Incredible. What a grab. Gone. Catches win matches, and that was a beauty.
This innings just cut short before it really flourished. It really looked like it'd be moving on to a big, big score, but not to be.
Before that wicket, the new batter comes charging out to the crease. They're quick to take guard and face up. Well played. Could be a quick single. That's a boundary save for sure. Nice shot. It's straight to gully. Well balanced and a flick of the wrist. Finally got some work to do to cut that off. Smashed all over the park. I wonder if the captain will stick with them.
You can't hit the ball much better than that. Timed it to perfection.
Really playing all their shots that over. Very expensive. Pow from the Lockett end. Head over the ball. Great shot. That's racing away.
They picked the slower ball right away. Wasn't a bad delivery, but dispatched to the boundary with ease.
Yeah, it can be very disheartening seeing good delivery smacked around. Sometimes, though, you just got to accept it and move on. Getting nice and settled at the crease now. Would have to be very happy with that last shot. King muscles that away. It's flat and hard and 4 more.
It just looks so easy. Gets onto the front foot and eases through the ball. They can just stand and admire that shot.
Du Plessis, I don't think, will be too happy with their bowler at the moment. The batter's made a bit of a meal of that delivery. Solid shot. That's going for 4.
Doesn't even wait to see if the ball's going to do anything. Onto the front foot, punches it away to the boundary. That really wasn't a great delivery. Seen early, and it was dispatched with a plum. Might look to go big again here.
Edged it. That's a strong appeal. What's the umpire's decision? An absolute screamer, diving away to the side, taking a great catch.
The trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end for someone with such batting skills. This one goes down as a fail.
And with that wicket, the new batter will mark centre. Just needs to rotate the strike early on as they get settled into their innings. A new bowler is coming into the attack.
He's got their tail up.
And what a strike that is, right into the slot. Great timing and balance. It'll be at maximum.
Well, that's what you pay your entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move.
I didn't feel there was too much wrong with that last delivery. They just need to keep the ball in the right areas and the rewards will come. Power and precision in that shot.
The gap was left open for them and they were happy to oblige. Picked it early, got into position well and punched it to the boundary.
Good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball. It'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond. Got down and rolled the wrist beautifully. Good stop. Probably managed to prevent 4 runs. Bishnoi taking guard. Has been playing really well in recent matches. Certainly needs to bring their A game today. Oh, what a great piece of fielding. 4 runs saved for sure. Good pick up. Big chance. Too much room and got what it deserved. Not too sure what they're appealing for here. Power from the Lockett end. The right arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the Lockett end.
How will he reply?
Winds up but misses. Looks like they went a bit too early on that shot. Oh my word, fast reflexes and grabs it. Stunning catch. Oh, that's well taken at third. Just looked like they were a little bit late to see it, but they hung on.
The 8th wicket to fall. The opening batters out there in the field will probably be starting to prepare themselves for their own innings.
And with that wicket, we'll see a change out in the middle. The task here will be that of support and getting themselves settled into their innings.
First ball for the batter, coming in.
Great shot, through the gap.
That was a solid shot, really well played. Ball was dropped just a little shorter and a great shot off the back foot.
That last ball isn't something you want to repeat of. You don't want to be giving away easy runs. Well timed, but there's a fielder out there. There's a chance if it hits. Nicely played. Now then, what's this? They've gone up. I didn't hear or see anything. Lovely cover drive, straight to the extra cover fielder. The whole team's gone up here. What's the umpire going to say? Enriquez, coming back into the attack, has done well so far. Goes for it. It's high in the air. Fielder coming around, but it looks like it'll carry. Oh, great run out.
That's number 9 down. The bowling's been good so far. The 10th shouldn't be too long in coming, you'd think.
Yeah, great opportunity to prove the critics wrong. Certainly needs to build an innings for the team. Nice shot, cut away, running towards the boundary. That'll take some chasing. Swept away but finds the fielder. Got on the inside and played that wonderfully. Fielder needs to work hard to stop that. Finds the middle, but won't find the boundary. Needs to be on target. The Renegades has gone up for something here. Umpire looks a bit confused as to what they're appealing for. Neesham from the Lockett end. Finds the fielder with that shot. Oh, now then, that's high in the air. Batters should get a few here.
That was seen so early. The timing was brilliant, and that is stayed hit. Fantastic. Too much width, really. They're only asking for that to be hammered into the stands, and that is exactly what's happened.
Yeah, well played. Could be a quick single. Oh, that's cut off nicely. 4 runs saved. Poor shot, really lucky. Wow, that's missed the lot. That's the end of a very good over. Great pressure being placed on the batters here.
No stone being left unturned by the batters. This will be a massive score.
Beats the outside edge. Good bowling there. Oh my God, how the heck did they stop that one? What a great stop. Shot, should be runs here. Good pick up, big chance.
A bit of a change up in the field now.
Misses everything. Oh, I thought that was passing, but a fantastic dive to cut it off. The whole team's gone up here. What's the umpire going to say? No. Terrible shot.
173 for 9.
Swept away, but finds the fielder.
That is a masterclass of batting. Reads the length, gets forward, dispatches it to the boundary. Can he come back with a dot ball?
Edge, but it drops safely.
That's it, they're all out. Amazing bowling display. Felt the victory was only a matter of time, and so it's proved just a brilliant win.
I wasn't too sure which way this match was going at first, but it ended up being pretty easy for the victors. Hope you enjoyed the coverage, and see you again soon.
Hello everyone, this morning we're at Lord's. You join us for this test match between England and India. Earlier I took a look at